The Sumerians became the first civilization to determine the accurate length of a year, and they possessed an advanced understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and language. Their understanding of time gives a detailed perspective to the ancient writings referred to as the King's List. The original Anunnaki supreme rulers began the chronicle of rule after a great flood and are said to have descended from the heavens in a kingship. According to the ancient writings, the Anunnaki have been on Earth for more than 430,000 years before the discovery of any evidence of recorded history. It is hard to imagine this amount of missing time from the limited experience in our history, as it is 6,000 years in total from Mesopotamia up to date. In recent years, the theory that humanity has been visited by aliens has received more and more followers. Several ancient writings, which speak of beings that came from heaven, seem to support this hypothesis. Among these supposedly extraterrestrial beings are Anunnaki, the deity worshipped by the Sumerians. Anunnaki is believed to be a group of deities in several ancient Mesopotamian cultures, such as the Babylonian, Sumerian, Assyrian, and Akkadian. The name Anunnaki is a derivative of the names Heaven, Anu, and Earth, Ki. However, some groups translate them as princely offspring, or those of royal blood. The Sumerian legends and the ancient texts use the word Anunnaki to refer to a group of gods who came from heaven. They were considered as the main gods of the Sumerian pantheon. The Sumerians worshipped these gods long before the great pantheon of ancient Greece and before the ancient Egyptian gods. The Anunnaki descended from An, the supreme being that reigned all over the Sumerian gods. The Babylonian myths of creation say there were 300 Anunnaki who kept the heavens, and 300 others who guarded the underworld. These deities were so important that they were also mentioned in the Epic of Gilgamesh. The development of Sumerian civilization occurred in the Persian Gulf while growing to strength over time. The plain of the land of Shinar is the territory that was renamed to Babylon after 2000 BC. These people lived in the Middle East on the territory we know as Iran and Iraq today. The Greeks gave it the name Mesopotamia, and which was commonly referred to as the land between two rivers. Most of this region lies in the modern state of Iraq. The tendency to make old gods into real people is not at all new, even though it may seem novel that the ancient gods later became aliens. It is a tendency mostly known as Evemerism, which claims that the gods of various cultures were, in reality, assorted heroes, warriors, kings, and queens, whose lives were turned into fairy tales. According to the mythical stories about Anunnaki, it is believed that they originated from another planet to civilize mankind. But is this true? Or is it just an erroneous interpretation of myths thousands of years old? The ancient astronaut theory suggests that aliens visited planet Earth in the very distant past and modified primitive man genetically, resulting in the modern human race we see today. This theory was dragged into the mainstream by the book Chariot of the Gods, written by Eric von Daniken. He cited several ancient megalithic ruins, such as the Stonehenge, Nazca Lines, and pyramids of Giza as being of extraterrestrial influence or origin. In addition, the ancient astronaut theory expresses serious doubts relating to evolution and its role in the development of human beings. According to these theories, aliens modified the DNA of mankind, possibly mixing in with some of their own. This somehow explains the missing link in our current timeline, and why we evolved from primitive to thinking man. The translations of Sumerian mythological writings in Zecharia Sitchin's book give more information about the planet of Nibiru, Planet X. The Anunnaki are sometimes depicted or described as reptilian, and are said to have genetically engineered mankind by copulating with Earth females. According to Sitchin's book, it is believed that their main intention was to create a slave race in humans.